I'm Rosa, and welcome to Coach's Corner 2016. This is the first show of the 2016 football season, where we'll be talking with Lancer head football coach Mike Yameen. Welcome, Coach. The 2016 football season kicks off Friday, September 9th, with a home opener against Lowell. The game starts at 7 p.m. under the lights of Veterans Memorial Stadium. Coach, this is your 12th year as head coach. Tell us how you and your team have been preparing for the 2016 season and for this home opener against Lowell.
Well, we prepared like we always do. We've been here all summer. We have a personal trainer that comes in and trains our kids 3 days a week for plyometrics, running, street speed, strength, and conditioning. And we've also been in the weight room 4 days per week all summer. And we've joined a 7-on-7 passing league every Tuesday night that we participated in through the summer. So it's just the same stuff we've always done. Just get ready for the season and get ready for our opener for this Friday.
All right. It is the beginning of the season, but what does the team from Lowell look like?
Lowell's always a good team. They have a good tradition of football. They're a city program like we are. Lawrence and Lowell have been playing for well over 100 years. It started on Thanksgiving, and the rivalries moved to Friday nights. And they're a very tough opponent. They're very admirable, and they're like every team in our league. They're not an easy team to beat.
Tell us about the coaching staff. Who are the coaches and what do they look like?
Well, I have a long list, so I brought my list with me because we have a lot of volunteers, which I'm happy about. Guys who just want to give back. So I'll start off Matt Cirillo, who works in our building. He's one of our security guys. He's our defensive coordinator. He's been here for 12 years with us. Chris Boardman, who's a teacher up at MST. He's our offensive coordinator. We have Coach Muse, who's also our track coach. He coaches our wide receivers. Coach McGinnis, who came here last year from Arkansas. He's in 10GA. He's our defensive back coach. Coach Guzman, who is a wrestling coach. He worked here last year. He coaches our linebackers. Coach Ardate, who is with 9GA. He came here last year from Everett, and he's working with us now. And we have a bunch of volunteers to mention: Jonathan Spang, Edwin Vieira, Mike Cirillo, Patrick O'Connor, a couple of guys work in the building, and Nelson Rosario is our new freshman coach.
All right. To some people and fans, they think that coaching on the field is the only thing that happened, but it's way more than that. What interactions do the coaches have with players during the school year?
I'm constantly on my guys about grades, so they're not too happy about that. But you have to be academically eligible to play. The first quarter ends in November, which means if any of our guys are failing, their season has to end before Thanksgiving. Fortunately, last year we had nobody ineligible come November. What I'm very proud about is nobody had to do summer school last year because I kind of made it clear that I wanted them here for training and not for summer school. We're always interacting. I mean, it's kind of like an open door policy. My office is anytime they need to reach out, call me or another coach to talk. We're always available, and we're here. We're here all summer. We're here till 7:30 at night during the school year. It's something you have to do. It's something we have to do around here. We've been done for years, and we got to make sure our guys are not only good on the field, but their behavior off the field has to be as good as well.
Lancer football happens on several levels. Explain to us those levels and tell us about how many players do you have this year who came out for Lancer football.
We have the varsity JV. Right now we have 62 young men in our program. Varsity plays on Friday night. JV will either play on Saturday morning or Monday afternoon. I also have a couple of sophomore games because we have a pretty large program. And we have our freshman team that right now we have 54 participants, and they have their own set schedule, which they play on Fridays or Saturday morning.
As far as the varsity team goes, who are some of the returning senior players?
Well, let me start with the captains. Daryl Munoz is one of our captains. He's a 4-year varsity letterman, which means he's been with us since he was a freshman up at varsity, which is pretty admirable. That's pretty impressive. He plays both offense and defense. We have Hector Javier, who plays both offense and defense. He'll be a 2-year varsity letterman. We have Lenny Fenn, who's a 2-year varsity letterman. He's also another captain. And we have Stanley Alberto, Angel Abreu. I should have brought my list here too, but we have a lot of guys that I feel bad if I forget them. So guys, I'm sorry if I forget your names, but they're a good group. They're a very hard-working group. Their attitude has been excellent, and their leadership is really it's really been enjoyable for the past couple months.
So what are your expectations for the veterans on the team this year, and what kind of leadership are you expecting from them, especially from the seniors?
Well, as of right now, our captains have done a tremendous job, and I put a lot of I give them a lot of little side jobs, so I don't have to patrol it. And I mean, and the seniors have been their attitude has been very good. It's one of the smallest senior classes we've had. I think we only have 16 seniors. Usually we're up in the 20s, but I mean they've stepped up and done a tremendous job as far as leadership goes, showing the young guys the ropes. And it's a grind, but they keep at it. They've been done a very good job so far.
So last season, injuries made some games especially tough. Are there any players currently injured, not at full strength for this year's season?
Yeah, right now we have Jathan Jenkins. He's going to be out for a while. He was a starting offensive and defensive lineman. We're going to take it slow with him. Michael Masonette, who I forgot to mention with the seniors, he's a captain as well. He's got a little shoulder problem. We sat him out in the scrimmage last week against BC High. We're going to get him healthy. He should be fine to go on Friday night. We got a couple guys who have just been nicked up, banged up a little bit, but we're kind of resting them up and getting them ready for our opener on Friday.
Right. As a head coach, what progress have you seen with the team in the years you've been coaching, and what are your expectations for this year's team?
Well, when I first started 12 years ago, we had 40 players in the program. So I mean, the numbers have increased, and we've averaged 110 to 120 each season. Right now we're at about 116, which is still a good number, and so the program has grown. We've gone up to the top division in the state of Massachusetts. We are a Division I program, whereas when I started, we were a Division II. We moved up to Division I, so we played the best teams in the state. So I mean, I like the level of competition. I like playing the bigger teams that are supposed to be better than us. And I mean, expectations every year. I expect whoever we go out with, we're going to compete. And we do. I mean, although we haven't won a championship, we're a very competitive bunch. We have a lot of young guys this year on our varsity squad, but again, every Friday night, myself and the coaches, we always say, whoever goes on the field, we're confident that we can beat the team across from us.
Yeah. So you played football here at LHS when you were a student. What expectations did your coaches have for you back then, and what was it like to play Lancer football?
I think expectations were similar. I mean, I kind of brought a little old school into the new, since I got a couple of years on everybody now. But no, I mean, the biggest thing is we want to be good students, good athletes, and good citizens. And that's, I mean, I always say the way you behave off the field transfers to your play on the field, and I truly believe that. So I mean, that's what I expect out of our guys. When I was young, it was different. I mean, when we were in middle school, we had 2 middle school football teams, and we were always, my friends and I we just wanted to be Lancers. We wanted to get to Lawrence High School and be Lawrence Lancers, and that was just, there was a different buzz in the city back then, which we need to get back, and we're trying to get that back now. We're trying to get to the middle schools and trying to get the alumni back and get the community involved. So when kids are young in 6th, 7th, 8th grade, they want to come here and be Lawrence High School Lancers.
September 9th is the home opener. Tell us about the rest of the month of September, and we understand that there's a special event that you're planning for the home game on Friday, September 16th. Yeah,
September 16th is going to be Alumni Night. I've reached out to a bunch of alumni. I started it last year kind of on a whim. We had a pretty good response. This year I'm getting the word out. We're going to have some tents in the back of the end zone, some Lancer paraphernalia, T-shirts, cups for sale. We're going to have some food out there, and hopefully all the alumni can gather and just socialize, and if they haven't seen people in years, they can catch up, and they're going to come support their young Lancers right now and the future alumni. And and then we're going to be on the road after that the next week in Andover. Then we come back for a homecoming game, which I believe is the 30th. Then we're on the road for a couple more. So we have it's going to be a pretty active month around here, which is good.
We are nearing the end of the show. Coach, do you want to tell the Lancer sports fans out there watching about this Friday night's game?
Yeah, please. I mean, we appreciate the sport. I mean, I want to get the student body out there. It's great to see the other students in the stands, cheering on your classmates, cheering on your school, your city. I'd love to see everybody out there in blue and white, navy blue and white. It would be nice to see the entire stands filled. And, let's get some school pride. Let's show some school pride here. And, I'm excited. We're excited about the season. We have a good group of young men, and I'd like everybody to come out and support us.
We are at the end of our time for this Coach's Corner show. We want to thank Coach Yameen for coming in to talk to us. We'll be back again later this month. Thanks to all of you out there. See you next week on Coach's Corner.
Thank you.